you might know these gentlemen as some of the dopest musicians and you know, some of the coolest guys on the planet. I know them as like a DJ, a freaking guy who knows how to read books to kids through an awesome app, and a barista now.
It's true. Our Instagram lives are taking over, apparently.
Yo, so thank you guys for tapping in this you know, this kind of different normal that we're all kind of dealing with, man. Let's just start at the beginning, man. And I'll go with you first, Joe. Like, how has life been like in quarantine, man? And you've been doing a lot exploring different talents. Like I said, that DJing, you were part of our iHeart prom the other day, man. Like, how
that was so fun.
Yeah. What's it like for you, man, in this time?
Well, I guess we got kind of lucky because we moved into a new house right before the quarantine. And so naturally we were trying to figure out how to keep ourselves occupied, and that kind of did it for us, whether if it was just odd ends around the house and then DJing, baking, Legos, you name it. That also, I think, you know, trying to find fun things for me and my wife to do together while we're in lockdown. So it's just not the same Groundhog Day every day. We try to have fun with date nights and getting creative. A lot of Zoom, a lot of I've been hosting game nights, and which has been a blast. We've been hosting a meditation with a bunch of people as well once a week. So just trying to, you know, take care of our mental health and also keep us having a good time.
And for you, Kev, I mean, you've got the family. Yeah, you know what I mean? You've got a little, you know, a couple little ones running around and learning how to ride bikes up and down the driveway and around the neighborhood. How's it been for you, man, to really hunker down and to learn that you really love your kids?
I already knew that, which was good, but you know, it's been great to spend so much time with them. You know, if you're looking at the bright side, you know, there are so many people that are out there right now working every single day on the front line of this, and we just you know, have to send our love and appreciation to them. And the fact that, you know, we are lucky enough to be home and I could spend time with them, and I was gone for so much of last year, so being able to do that is really great. And you know, they're incredible, and teaching Alina how to skateboard, so that's really fun. She's very good at it. It's like,
it's amazing.
I love it. It's really awesome. I'm by the end of this, my hope is that she's like, me and her can just like rip around the neighborhood.
I thought you were going to say by the end of this, I was hoping that she would be able to, you know, drop into a half pipe. I was going to say,
I started going like, do I need to get a half pipe built in the backyard? Like start teaching her a little, you know, 50-50, little drop-ins. It'd be cool.
And now, Nick, bro, you've shown us through some of the social media stuff you've been sharing with your life and your wife that you become quite a barista, dude. You learned a little what is that, a cappuccino art? What are we calling that?
Latte art.
Latte art.
Yeah, I mean, this was obviously a bit for The Voice. They may or may not have made it look a little better than it was in post-production, but I was too good to be true. When I saw that, I was like, coffee is important though, and so you know, a lot of coffee has been consumed.
Joe, you probably zoomed in. You saw the hands weren't necessarily his on the B-roll, and we're like, I
was like, wow, Nick painted his nails. That looks really nice.
Hey, we're all gathered here today because you guys dropped a dope ass record. And when I tell you that teaming up with Karol G on this, I was not only surprised, but just really excited to see you guys kind of venture into like kind of the Latin pop world and to have her be a part of this record. But I do want to go ahead and say, you confused a lot of us when you dropped the X and then there was the V. I was thinking, is it X? Is it 10? Is it 15? Is it no whammy? Like, tell us the story behind, first off, the title.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Well, X obviously is the single with Karol G, which was out today, along with 5 More Minutes, which is Roman numeral for V. So today's also the 15th. So that kind of goes in play with XV, which is 15. It's literally just as simple as that. We'd like to say it was like this very large, massive, you know, thought and other thing, but it just comes down to the date and the 2 songs having a number in their title. So there you go.
Boom. So
I'm confused.
Go for it. Yes. Thank you, Joe. I was, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. I don't know. But here you go.
But here it is.
Here's the song.
Working with her, and why was it important for you guys to really challenge yourselves in this different normal and really kind of go there with this type of a sound now? Like, what was it like when it finally came together?
Well, working with, go ahead, Nick.
Go ahead. No, you do it. Go ahead.
I'll do it. All right. Well, we had a taste of doing a bilingual song recently last year, and we had a blast, and the fans loved it. And so
Yeah,
we wanted to find somebody else that we could do a song with. And Karol G, she's not only a fantastic artist, but she's a label mate, and it just felt like a good fit for us to work together. So she sent us her two verses, and we just were like, wow, okay, this is going to be incredible.
You gotta make this happen.
We got to do this. And I think it's also important when you're trying to find artists that you want to collaborate with, that they're willing to be a part of whatever they can, even from their homes and the situations that we're all in. So she's been really great at shooting videos and content and helping us get this song out there for everybody.
Yo, that's another thing that's really cool is that we're seeing a lot of artists who are obviously still trying to perfect their craft and, you know, and provide, you know, that outlet that a lot of the world needs right now through music, and to do it with all the social distancing. Was it difficult, or is that something that you guys, because you've been in the game for a minute and you've been used to sending tracks over here and sliding a vocal this way and emailing something that way? Was it kind of just a heightened sense of what was your normal before?
Yeah, I think that it's just about finding new ways to stay creative and to keep the creativity going. I mean, thankfully, technology has allowed for us to do so much and made this very big world a little bit smaller, which is then in turn made the creative process still possible, which is a nice thing. But it's definitely, you know, it's a challenge at first, and then once you get used to it, I think it's just about trying to do your best to make sure you're still inspired, and that distance between you and your collaborators feels a little smaller, and that's what we've been focused on. But being able to put these records out right now feels like, you know, hopefully it brings people some joy and put some smiles on their faces.
It truly does. And you guys have done, you know, that for years, man. And we thank you as fans for that. And I want to stay with you, Nick, and I want to talk a tiny bit about, you know, each of the individual projects that you guys are kind of working on. I mean, we got The Voice here. We've got a little something important that's coming around, and you're seeing Team Nick. I mean, it's a trend is going. As a first timer on this particular project, man, and to have this kind of be thrust into the mix, it's how much more challenging is it, and how equally fun is it if you thought that you were actually going to have to be, you know, in the studio at the time?
It's definitely been different, and you know, I feel for the artists who, you know, obviously have had to do this all from home, just like us coaches have, and Carson. But you know, for them, it's been especially challenging just finding ways to connect with the audience at home without all the elements, you know, the lights, the studio audience, all these aspects. And it just means that they've had to take it upon themselves to really make their performances from home special, and they've all done an incredible job. I'm really proud of my team. I don't want to give any spoilers for people that haven't seen or caught up, but it's a really strong team, and going into this finale week, I think, you know, anything could happen. So I'm just excited to see what goes down.
For a second, can we all just bask in the sound of the birds chirping in the background while you're really talking to me?
I mean, that is beautiful.
Like,
It is.
that was so
I thought I was
gorgeous.
hearing something. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah,
like,
like
oh,
who's going on?
Sorry about
Oh
that.
my God. No, yeah, I love it, dude. I mean, I love it. I'm moving on over to you, Kev. I mean, we got a new project here. You're working with Caribou, which is important for families, for parents, for those who have the kids who were, you know, trying to be read to at night, but also wanted to see the photos in the books that you're trying to read to your little ones. Tell us about like this project and how special it is for you to watch this come to fruition.
Yeah, it was cool. I actually last year was on tour. I was reading to the my girls at night, but through FaceTime, and they were holding the book up for me. And I was like, "There's got to be a better way to do this." I started looking up and seeing if there's an app for it or something like that. And turns out there was an incredible one called Caribou. So I got in touch with them and was able to partner with them this year. And it's fantastic. It's a great way for people to connect, and especially now if you have like grandparents and things that are you're not really in the home together. So it's an incredible thing for people to use now to be able to read to their grandkids from afar. It's fantastic.
I just thought about that. So we're clearly in our houses, and you have it's with Thomas the Tank Engine, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, because this is like a little weird. I never thought that I'd be like, hey, let me take the Jonas Brothers into my bedroom. But
There we go.
but no, I have like this photo above my bed of Thomas.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
yo,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
75
like,
this year.
Whoa, that's so
dude,
cool.
yeah, getting tagged. So I just freaking thought about that, man.
I love that.
So funny.
Yo,
That's
so but I
beautiful.
mean to think about being a part of an iconic figure for children like Thomas. Like
Right.
how much more did that mean to you to be able to help this evolve?
It's awesome, and that's something I'm doing with them this month. I'm reading a new story each week, and so they're on there, and you know, even Prince Harry is on there, reading some stories. So it's very cool, and you know, it's just nice to have something for, you know, literary with children, and you know, continuing that education, you know, even from afar.
Well, I'm not a parent, but thanks to, you know, to these kind of projects, I have godsons and I've got nephews. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know how wild they can be. And there's some times where
and I'm going to tell you the truth right now, like with being in the situation we are, like having others jump in for even 30 minutes and read a book, or 10 minutes and just give the parents a break at home for a second, like helps so much. So like I encourage people to do it.
I'm gonna look into it. Listen, if you need some help from any of us at the Z100 family,
you know, you can. I'll Caribou with you, and you can just read to my children. It's fine.
Let me know. I got your back. Now we move to you, Joe. Cup of Joe. I've got Quibi. Yo, I love what they're doing with these quick bites with all of these shows, man. And I caught one of the episodes. I haven't dove into all of them, even though I could have watched them all simultaneously. I mean, just like not simultaneously,
Right.
but I mean, because it's
I
like
think total,
6
it's about like an hour and a half, maybe total.
Yeah, exactly. But to bounce around these different cities, as we all know, you guys have traveled and you've traversed and been in pretty much every pocket of the globe, but you hadn't had the opportunity to really take in some of these places. I mean, even freaking New York. So like, what's it like to be able to, you know, to really kind of dive into these cities and do the things that you love to do with some of your closest friends and loved ones?
Well, you said it best. For me, Kevin and Nick, we, you know, and a lot of artists, entertainers, athletes out there, we travel the world, but we don't really get to see it that much. We see the hotel, we see the plane, and then we go back to the venue. So it sounds like a glamorous life, which it is, but I was thinking, how can I get to know these cities and the people that live there even more? So I spent a lot of time with entertainers and athletes who either are from that city or just have always a love for that place. And it became really fun, and there's always a challenge for me somehow involved in the show. And we started off with McConaughey in Austin, and kind of just set the bar. So the people that we had for the show is just so amazing, and I hope to be able to do another season when this is all said and done.
Well, can we take the time to bask in the sounds of the kids yelling in the background, like the birds were chirping with Nick? But
those are my little birds.
Yeah. No, seriously, man. For each of you two, and I want to circle this back as we wrap things up to the music, and for each of you two, you know, be showing how important it is for us to socially distance at this point in time, to know what it means for you all to bring everyone together, not only just for, you know, the music that you create, but just knowing how close-knit a family you are. You're setting an example, and I don't know if you guys realize how important that is, but just, you know, for me as someone who tries to preach that through the airways of the radio station, that it's important for us to follow some of these rules. And I just want to say thanks for unintentionally setting the example and still allowing us to vibe out to the music that you guys create, even though we are miles apart. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man. We're happy that everyone's gonna be able to get some new stuff from us.
Yeah, that's what it's about, dude. So, all right, we got X plus 5 more minutes. The guys with Karol G. I mean, again, your brothers, not only in the literal sense of it, but whatever you guys need from us here, man, you obviously know. And continued success. Congratulations on the growth of all the families. And I just want to say thank you all for being just genuinely who you are and allowing us to be a part of this journey. So it means the most to us, dude.
Oh, well, we appreciate it, man. We love you. Stay safe.
See you soon.
Stay safe.